Welcome to another edition of the Quick Bite Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Klinger. Today, I'm going to talk about the topic of anxiety. Especially as business professionals, if you're in a high-performance career, you're in a sales job, you're in a business leadership role, you might be dealing with anxiety. Many Americans, millions of us every day, are dealing with the worries and fears that come with meeting expectations, exceeding sales quotas, having to measure up or achieve something where you've got a responsibility. You've been given an opportunity to be great, and that comes with certain level of sometimes anxiety. And what I want to do is talk about some successful strategies that you can take to help lessen anxiety's grip on your life. Sometimes people are so wrapped in anxiety that they can't get out of their home, or they can't do a good job in speaking to a group, or maybe there's that sales presentation that you've got to make and then you just go blank and you just can't, deliver. And so how do we deal with anxiety in a way that changes how we think about it? And the best thing that I could tell you, a practical strategy from my own personal experience, is instead of fearing anxiety, fearing the impact it has, the feelings, the sensations, panic attacks, things like that, let's reframe how we look at anxiety. Anxiety is an emotion no different than the emotion of joy, the emotion of happiness, the emotion of sadness. If I were to tell you, I'd like for you to be less happy, I would like for you to be less sad, I want you to make the emotion of happiness go away, you would look at me and think, Brian, why would you want me to do that? That's a natural part of the human experience. It's the same thing. When it comes to anxiety, we have to first accept that anxiety is a God-given emotion. And so with that, if you think of anxiety not as something to fear, but actually as a gift, it's a gifted emotion that can serve as an alarm, as an alert, as a prompt that you need to pay attention to something. Something in your life needs attention, and oftentimes the emotion of anxiety will surface itself, and it doesn't feel good at the moment, especially if you're still learning how to view anxiety in the right light. It will feel scary. It will feel detrimental. It will feel very frightening at times. But I want you to stop thinking about anxiety as a negative and start looking at it as a gift that will help move you in the right direction. Use it as fuel for success. Well, how do we do that? Well, you first have to realize that anxiety is something that's going to be with you for the rest of your life. It's just like telling you that happiness and joy and sadness will be with you for the rest of your life. So the more that you understand that principle, the better that you can now go, okay, if it's going to be with me, what do I do with it? And that's where I would say, every time you feel the emotion of anxiety, I want you to stop and I want you to ask yourself, what do I need to do with it? What questions is it trying to have me ask? And it could be that you need to prepare a little better for your sales presentation. It could be that you need to do a little more research on that client that you're working with. Maybe you need to make it right with a relationship that's gone sour. Maybe you need to say you're sorry to someone for some conflict that you might have had a part in. Whatever that individual thing that comes to your mind when you stop, pause, reflect on what is it driving me towards? What is causing my anxiety? The moment that you start to reflect upon it, maybe write it down and journal through it. And then ask yourself, what puzzle do I need to solve here? And use anxiety to be the fuel to get me to solve it, right? And then just reframe it. Like, think of the signal that anxiety gives you, almost like a check engine light that a car has. When a check engine light comes onto your car, what do? Well, you assess it. You go to the mechanic shop, or if you're handy, you look it up yourself and see what the code is and find out what you need to have fixed. Anxiety is no different than that. It's just an alert. It's just a signal. So when you feel that sensation, just stop and say, thank you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you're trying to call my attention to something. The moment that you stop fearing anxiety is the moment that it loses its power over you. It's the moment you stop fearing the sensations, and those sensations suddenly will dissipate. They will not have the power over you. The dizziness, the pains, the weird sensations, all of it just suddenly goes away the moment you stop fearing it, and the moment you embrace anxiety is just another emotion like happiness. So as you reframe it, I want you to thank God for the alert. I want you to thank God for anxiety. I want you to be grateful that it is there to help you and not to hurt you. And watch how reframing your mindset affects how you feel. You'll feel better in no time. And guess what? It could circle up again out of nowhere. and it's just an alert, it's just an alarm, it's not going to hurt you, stop and ask it questions. What are you trying to point me to? What do I need to put attention on and make right or do more work on or prepare more for? Those things suddenly shift us from fear to freedom. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for tuning into the Quick Bite Podcast. Look forward to the next one. Hey, and while you're ready, go over to givingkitchen.org. Giving Kitchen helps food service workers in crisis, whether they're going through some type of loss, could be a mental health challenge, could be an injury or illness. Giving Kitchen is there to help food service workers in all 50 states. They need your donations. Financial support is a big part of helping people across this country. So go over to givingkitchen.org. When you have an opportunity, if you're thinking about year-end donations, they would be a great one to give to. Financial contributions are greatly appreciated. Take care. God bless, and we'll see you soon.